Sa halip na i-dismiss, napagpasyahan ng impeachment court na ibalik ang impeachment case laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte sa House of Representatives. Ito'y upang hilingin sa Kamara ang patunay na hindi umano nila nilabag ang nakasaad sa konstitusyon ang isang beses lamang kada taon na paghahain ng impeachment case. Sa mosyon na inihain ni Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, tinukoy nito ang tatlong reklamong inihain laban kay VP Sara Duterte noong Disyembre bilang patunay ng posibleng paglabag at inihain ng mosyong i-dismiss ang kaso. Gayunpaman inimungkahi ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano na sa halip na i-dismiss ay ibalik muna ang kaso sa Kamara upang linawin ang isyu at makakuha ng sertipikasyon. Sa botohan, 18 senador ang pumabor sa mosyon ni Cayetano na remand o ibalik ang kaso habang 5 naman ang tumutol. Tiniyak naman ni Senate President Chis Escudero na kahit naka-adjourn ng impeachment court, magpapatuloy ang proseso gaya ng paglalabas ng summons at paghihintay ng sagot mula kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Samantala, habang nakabreak ang plenary session, tumaas ang tensyon sa pagitan ni Senator Robin Padilla at Senator Joel Villanueva matapos tutulan ni Villanueva ang mosyon ni Senator Bato de la Rosa na i-dismiss ang impeachment complaint laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Dahil sa tensyon, muntikan pang nagpang-abot ang dalawang senador. Lumipas ang ilang oras, lumapit at nakipagbatiri naman si Senator Robin Padilla matapos ang iringan. Panuurin, pakinggang mabuti at kayo na ang bahalang humusga. Ngunit bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag kalimutang i-like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more updates and for more upcoming videos. Maraming salamat!
With Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6 of the Constitution. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Marcos?
Yes, Mr. President, may I place on record that I make this oath ad cautelam without prejudice to the resolution of jurisdictional issues as well as issues pertaining to the validity of the impeachment complaint or to the filing thereof, if any. Thank you.
Duly noted and entered into the records. What is the pleasure of Senator Padilla?
Gusto ko lamang din pong mailagay sa talaan na ako po ay manunumpa pero meron pong reserbasyon. Yun lamang po.
Duly noted and entered into the records. May I now request everyone to please rise.
Case number 003-2025 in the matter of the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte. Roll call of Senator Judges. Senator Binay, Senator Cayetano Alan, Senator Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Ejercito, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pimentel, Senator Poe, Senator Revilla, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Cynthia, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Zubiri, the presiding officer.
With 23 Senator Judges present, Chair hereby declares the presence of a quorum. Before we take up the matter at hand, as earlier agreed upon when the Senate was still sitting in plenary, Chair would like to first adopt our rules. Chair hereby adopts Resolution number 39 of the Rules of Procedure on Impeachment Trials, Rule 6 of which provides that the provisions of the Rules of the Senate and the revised Rules of Court shall apply suppletorily whenever applicable. As such, the following issuances of the Supreme Court shall likewise apply suppletorily to the current matter on the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte, namely, the 2019 amended Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 1 to 34, except Rule 5, Rule 13 as amended by AM number 1037 SC-AM number 1194 SC, B, 2019 amended Rules on Evidence, C, AM number 3-1-09 SC guidelines to be observed in pretrial and use of deposition discovery measures, Part 1A1 to 9, except provisions on mediation and amicable settlement. D. AM number 1037 SC, AM number 119-4 SC guidelines on electronic filing of lower courts, in lower courts rather. AM number 1288 SC, judicial affidavit rule, except section 9, and F, such other relevant rules and issuances. It is to be noted that we did not change any of the provisions of the rules of procedure because there is already a pending impeachment complaint, and the chair would not want to change the rules in the middle of the game, so to speak. However, the updated amended rules of court, as discussed and mentioned and enumerated earlier, shall apply given the suppletory application of the rules of court. Is there any objection? There being none, the aforementioned rules are hereby adopted by the impeachment court. Proceeding now to the matter at hand, as earlier agreed upon and discussed by the Senate sitting in plenary. What is the pleasure of Member Judge Tolentino?
Mr. President, for the record, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer,
The gentleman may proceed.
in view of the convening of the impeachment court, I move that the Committee on Rules be discharged with the previous referral of the subject impeachment complaint, considering that the plenary itself, acting as a body, has initiated and ratified the formation of the impeachment court through a direct act. It is therefore submitted that there is no further necessity for a committee report to be submitted, debated, or adopted in relation thereto. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, the Committee on Rules is so discharged as indicated by Member Judge Tolentino. Chair now reiterates the earlier agreed upon matter to be taken up once we have convened as an impeachment court, and for this purpose, the Chair would like to recognize Senator Judge Bato de la Rosa to kindly reiterate his motion, and thereafter, Senator Judge Go to second his motion. Senator de la Rosa is recognized. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Sir. So I would reiterate my motion. The
Kindly
motion
restate
itself-
the motion you made earlier while the Senate was sitting in plenary session.
Yes, Mr. President. In the spirit of true action, therefore, allow me to end by moving. I respectfully move that in view of its constitutional infirmities and question on the jurisdiction and authority of the 20th Congress, the verified impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte be dismissed. I so move, Mr. President. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Go is recognized for his seconding speech. Rather, Senator Judge Go is recognized for his seconding speech.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I just wish to give my remarks and second the motion of Senator Judge Bato de la Rosa. I agree with the motion of Senator Judge Bato. Ang gusto nating kalabasan ng paglilitis na ito ay hustisya, hindi politika. Mararating lang natin ito kung masasagot ang mga katanungang na hindi nabibigyan ng linaw hanggang ngayon. Kung kaya't sana naman pag-aralan natin ito ng mabuti. Tama na hindi dapat ito patagalin, pero hindi rin dapat ito madaliin. At the very least, pag-aralan natin ito ng mabuti. Baka naman maaari natin itong ibalik o i-remand muna natin. Tama naman po ang accountability. Huwag lang pong politikahin. May tamang proseso ang impeachment. Dapat pag-aralan natin ito ng mabuti. Under Article 11, Section 3 of the 1987 Constitution, a verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution or endorsement by any member thereof, which shall be included in the order of business within 10 days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter. On December 2, 2024, the first impeachment complaint endorsed by members of the House of Representatives was filed before the Secretary General of the lower house. Second and third impeachment complaints were filed in the succeeding days, duly endorsed by members of the House. Under Section 3 of the House Rules of Procedure in Impeachment Proceedings, a verified complaint for impeachment shall be filed with the Office of the Secretary General and immediately referred to the Speaker. Despite this rule, Mr. Presiding Officer, the 3 impeachment complaints filed were never referred to the Office of the Speaker. Instead, a 4th verified impeachment complaint signed by more than 200 congressmen, which now constitutes the articles of impeachment, was transmitted to the Senate. This brings into question the legality of such move when the Constitution provides that no impeachment proceeding shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year. Para sa ordinaryong mamamayan, at lalo na sa aming mga binigyan ng tungkulin na maging senator judge sa paglilitis na ito, this opens up a lot of questions. At ang iniiwasan natin ay yung magpapasya tayo sa isang bagay na makakaapekto sa buhay ng bawat Pilipino. Makakaapekto sa trabaho natin na makatulong sa tao. Tapos hindi naman pala dumaan sa tamang proseso. Yes, we are senator judges tasked to decide on this matter, and we took an oath to be impartial. But this matter, whether it went through the right process or not, should be first decided upon and settled with no question prior to that. We are all for accountability. In fact, maganda nga sana mapakita ng accused at ng accusers kung may ebidensya ba o wala. Pero bilang mga mababatas, dapat siguraduhin alinsunod ito sa batas at tamang proseso. Dapat hindi na circumvent ang batas, dapat nasunod ang due process at ang rules. Hindi pwedeng shortcut. Justice delayed is justice denied, and justice conducted the wrong way is no justice at all. Anong nangyari sa 3 naunang impeachment complaints? Bakit hindi ito agad na-refer sa Speaker's Office days? At bakit hindi ito ini-refer sa tamang komite within 3 session days after its inclusion in the order of business as mandated by our Constitution? Tila dinribble lang ito at hindi pinaandar ang shot clock. Parang hindi po ma-technical sa oras. Sa basketball nga, hindi pwedeng puro dribble lang. May shot clock po yan. At may oras na dapat mong obserbahan. Pangalawang issue na dapat bigyang linaw ay kung maari bang tumawid ang impeachment case sa 20th Congress. This is the first time in our history that an impeachment case was filed nearing the expiration of a legislative Congress. The reality is, we do not have enough time to finish the impeachment trial this Congress. Mag-aabot na po ang 19th at 20th Congresses at magkakaroon na ng new set of senator judges by June 30. Maging tayo, hindi magkasundo kung paano bang tumawid ito sa next Congress o hindi. Mr. Presiding Officer, ilan lang po ito sa katanungan na legality na hindi pa nasasagot. mayroon pa pong pending sa Supreme Court challenging the legality of the impeachment case. Baka masayang lang ang oras natin dito if in the end, this complaint suffers from constitutional infirmities. Let us focus on what is important for our people that we serve. Hustisya sa tamang paraan at serbisyo na makakatulong sa mga Pilipino. Yun po ang kailangan ng taong bayan. Yun ang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin. Mr. Presiding Officer, para sa akin, mas mabuting unahin natin ang tunay nating trabaho. Ang pagseserbisyo sa taong bayan, maraming nasasayang na oras sa isyong ito na hindi naman mapapakinabangan ng ordinaryong Pilipino. This issue has already been too divisive. Ilang buwan na po. Mag-focus sana tayo sa pangunahing mandato ng lehislatura. Ang gumawa ng mga batas at magsulong sa mga programa na tunay na tutugon sa mga pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na po yung mga mahirap at walang ibang malalapitan kundi ang gobyerno. Marami pa pong mga pending bills pa po hanggang ngayon na hindi pa natin natatapos with one working day na lang po. Baka hindi pa po may papasa. At ito po'y mapapakinabangan ng mga kababayan natin. Dapat yan po ang ating unahin. As raised by some of our colleagues yesterday, that in as far as the impeachment case is concerned, based on the results of the recent midterm elections, I believe the Filipino people have decided at ang kanilang desisyon, mas gusto po nilang tutukan natin ang trabaho at serbisyo. Tama na, tigilan na natin ang pamumulitika. 3 taon na lang po, matatapos na ang termino ng Vice Presidente. Election na naman, at antayin nyo lang sana. Ang importante sa ating mga kababayan ay may pagkain sa kanilang hapagkainan. May matibay na healthcare system na kayang tumugon sa pangangailangan ng may sakit, disenteng trabaho at marangal na pagkakakitaan, dekalidad at abot kayang edukasyon, at ang katiyakan at panatag na ligtas silang makakauwi kahit sa gabi. Hindi naman nakakain itong impeachment. Sana pwede ninyong ikonsidera at the very least, bago tayo maglitis dito, siguraduhin muna natin na nasa tama na prosesong tinahak natin dito. At the very least nga, sabi ko, marahil pwedeng ibalik o i-remand muna na ito sa pinagmulan sa House of Representatives dahil marami pang ang katanungan ang legally hindi nasasagot. Mas mabuting siguraduhin natin na sumunod sa proseso ang anumang kaso na ating diringgin para hindi masayang ang ating oras. Sang-ayon po ako na hindi natin ito dapat patagalin. Kahit si Vice President Sara Duterte gusto naman harapin ang kaso, ngunit wala ring dapat may gusto na madaliin po ito. Paano kung magsimula na tayo ngayon at magdesisyon ang Supreme Court na unconstitutional ang ginawang procedure ng House of Representatives? Paano kung sabihin nila na hindi pwedeng tumawid sa 20th Congress? Ano ang magiging aksyon natin? This puts us in a possible conflict with the decision of the Supreme Court. We must be prudent about this matter. Mr. Presiding Officer, I just want to reiterate, hindi ko po tinatalikuran ang aking sinumpaang mandato. Tungkulin ko yan as Senator Judge, kahit araw-araw tayong maglitis dito. But we would also be remiss of our duty kung hindi natin siguraduhin na dumaan ito sa tamang prosesong nakasaad sa ating konstitusyon. At kilala ko po ang mga Duterte, Mr. Presiding Officer. Hindi sila tumatakas sa accountability, hindi sila tumatalikod sa hamon ng buhay, hindi sila tumatalikod sa kanilang tungkulin. Maraming beses nang sinabi ni dating Pangulong Duterte na handa nga siyang sumagot at harapin ang mga inaakusa sa kanya, pero dito po sa ating bayan, hindi sa ibang bansa. Nabanggit din po ni Vice President Sara Duterte na handa siyang harapin ang impeachment case laban sa kanya. Hindi ito issue ng pagtakas sa accountability. Ang gusto natin dito, siguraduhin na nasunod ang tamang proseso. We must respect and abide by the procedure laid out in our Constitution. Hindi pwedeng mamili lang tayo ng mga provision na ating susundin. We are all bound to the rule of law and we must follow due process. That is all, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Go. Before Senator Ontiveros, Chair would like to first acknowledge Senator Padilla. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Padilla?
Maraming salamat po, Tagapangulong Pinunong Hukom. Mga mahal kong hukom, alam ko po na napakainit at napakamabigat ang hangin dito sa ating bulwagan. Punong-puno ng tensyon, palaisipan, pero habang abala po tayo sa politika, maraming mahalagang panukala ang hindi nabibigyan ng pansin. Mga panukalang batas na hindi tungkol sa kapangyarihan, kundi tungkol sa buhay, sa sakit, sa gutom, sa karapatan ng manggagawa. Tulad na lamang po ng medical cannabis bill. Hindi po ito usaping droga. Ito'y usaping dignidad. Araw-araw may mga batang may epilepsy, may mga cancer patients, may mga nanay at tatay na umiiyak sa sakit, humihingi ng legal na lunas. Nandito na po ang solusyon, pero pinapatagal pa natin. Gaano ba katagal natin hahayaang magdusa ang kapwa natin? Isa pa po, ang mga panukala ukol sa pagtataas ng minimum wage ng mga manggagawa sa pribadong sektor. Hindi po nagpapahinga ang presyo ng bilihin. Ang pamasahe, pagkain, renta, lahat po ay tumataas. Pero ang sahod, naiiwan. Kailangan po nating ipaglaban ang manggagawang Pilipino. Ibigay na natin ang nararapat para sa kanila. Isa pa po, ang Revised Cooperative Code Bill na nakapasa na sa ikatlong pagbasa sa mababang kapulungan at pinagdidiskusyonan pa rin sa komite sa Senado. Ito po para sa mga magsasaka, mangingisda at maliliit na negosyante. Pinal na sana, isang boto na lang, pero naisang tabi pa. Sila po ang bumubuhay sa probinsya. Sila rin ang tunay na haligi ng lokal na ekonomiya. Bakit natin sila pinaghihintay? Mga mahal kong kasama sa Senado, unang-una na po ang aking BFF. I love you, pare. Alam kong may kinakaharap tayong seryosong krisis pampolitika. Pero hindi po dahilan yon para kalimutan ang tunay na trabaho natin, ang maglingkod sa bayan. Ang hustisya pwedeng isabay sa serbisyo, hindi kailangang mamili. Pakiusap ko po, huwag nating hayaang matabunan ng ingay ng politika ang sigaw ng ordinaryong Pilipino. Habang pinagdidibatihan natin ang impeachment, may mga kababayang tayong hinihintay ang gamot, dagdag sahod at ng pag-asa. Bawat araw ng delay, may nawawalan ng lakas ng loob. Bawat hindi pagtutok, may Pilipinong nawawala ang tiwala. Ilan lamang ito sa mga panukalang batas na naantala dahil sa usapin ng impeachment. Ito po ang panawagan ko bilang inyong kasama. Tulungan natin ang mga panukalang tunay na may silbi. Panahon na po para pakinggan ng bayan. Naniniwala po ako na ang pag-usad ng impeachment ay hindi makabubuti sa ating bayan. Ang ganitong hakbang ay hindi lamang nagbubunsod ng lalong pagkakahati-hati ng ating sambayanan, kung hindi isa ring sagabal sa patuloy na pagganap ng ating mga tungkulin legislatura, lalo na po sa Senado. Sa halip na ituon natin ang ating oras, talino at lakas sa mga panukalang batas at programang makatutulong sa pagbangon ng ating ekonomiya at kapakanan ng mamamayan, tayo'y nalilihis sa usaping hindi agarang dapat aksyonan. Napapabalita pa nga na bumagsak po ang ating net foreign direct investment inflows ng bansa mula Marso ngayong taon dahil sa political instability. Pati na rin po ang ating turismo sa bansa. Mula Enero hanggang Abril nitong taon, ang dami ng dumarating na turista sa bansa ay bumaba ng 0.82% kumpara noong nakaraang taon. Lahat po ito, political instability. Mga mahal kong kasama, ang impeachment na ito ay napakarami ding chismis, napakaraming iskandalo ng tungkol sa bayaran, sa alok, ng kung ano-ano. Dahil po dito, muli po, inihikayat ko ang aking mga kapwa lingkod bayan na bigyang prioridad ang pagkakaisa, katatagan ng ating institusyon, at kapakanan ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Senator, what is the pleasure of Senator Judge Pimentel?
Since there is a motion, I think, Mr. President, and the motion is to dismiss the entire impeachment case. So this representation has no choice but to object to the motion. And if I can, just like the movement, if I can also now give my reasons, Mr. President.
Gentleman,
before that, with the indulgence of the minority leader.
what is
and
the
Senator
pleasure
Judge,
of Senator Judge Cayetano?
Just to clarify the motion before we debate on it, because I heard Senator Bongo second, but he also stated that okay then i-remand. Because personally, I'm against the dismissal, but I would be willing to hear arguments on remanding. So I'm sorry, Senator Pimentel, I just want to know, is Senator Bongo actually proposing to amend the motion of Senator Judge Bato, and is Senator Judge Bato amendable to that? Sorry.
No, Mr. President, I was not confused at all because
No, I'm the one who's confused.
Senator Go gave a seconding speech. So the motion stands. He is seconding the motion.
Pero yung
So-
laman, Mr. The reason I want to ask, because I will second, I will object with Senator Pimentel kung dismissal, but I will listen to the arguments kung remanding to the, no. So may I ask,
With the permission
with your
of the
permission.
Senator Judges to have the floor, may we hear from the principal movement? Senator Bato is recognized.
Mr. President, my motion stands. I am for dismissal of the impeachment case, and I don't know if I am open. I am open for discussion. I heard the statement of Senator Alan Cayetano, but still, I have already filed the motion,
Okay,
Mr.
so,
President.
Mr. President, so let me continue now. I made my objection, and if I be allowed, just like the movement who gave reasons, if the the objecting judge can also give his reasons, Mr. President.
What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Villanueva?
Mr. President, this is to somehow give this representation's point of view with regard to the pending motion. And as I made mention a while ago, Mr. President, I am also objecting, Mr. President, respectfully. But hope springs eternal, Mr. President. Bigla kong narinig yung binanggit ni Senator Alan and Senator Bongo. And if I'll be able to explain later after the minority leader, perhaps this representation would be able to encourage and influence the original movement of the motion. So I yield the floor to our minority leader, Mr. President.
Chair would like to save the time of the court, so the chair will in the meantime allow Senator Pimentel to make of record his position, presumably against dismissal. Thereafter, before entertaining
Against the
other...
motion. Against the motion. Yeah.
Against the motion, before entertaining other senator judges to speak, the chair will suspend the session in case the appeals made will change anything, so that we will pursue this matter and put a matter to a vote with certainty. Senator Pimentel may proceed.
No, I think, Mr. President, the motion has been made and this representation is objecting. So later on, we have to now process the motion and vote on it because there is in a collegial body someone is objecting. Mr.
Senator
President.
Pimentel,
Yes.
you may proceed.
Yes, Mr. President. I will not address the political statements of the movant and the seconding parties, Mr. President. Ang tanong nila kung makakain ba daw itong impeachment process. Pero marami namang bagay sa buhay na importante rin na hindi nahahawakan. Tulad ng hustisya. Ang hustisya, hindi nga natin makita, hindi natin mahawakan niya, pero napakahalagang bagay po sa buhay ng tao. Ngayon, pagdating po sa Constitution, bakit inaangalan ko yung motion? The motion actually is unconstitutional in the opinion of this representation because according to Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6, per sentence lang yung babasahin ko, the Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. So tignan natin mga fellow senator judges, sole power. So ibig sabihin ng sole power, tayo lang ang may kapangyarihan, ang Senado lamang ang may kapangyarihan na mag-try and decide. So litisin ang isang impeachment case at hatulan, desisyonan. Ngayon kung aayaw tayo kaagad ni hindi natin na-try, ang try is litis, palabas yung mga facts para ma-apply natin yung judgment natin sa facts, wala na pong matatakbuhang ibang body. That's why a motion which cuts short the entire process is unconstitutional. And then, same article, Section 3, Paragraph 4, basahin ko ulit ito, pero paulit-ulit ko na ito sinasabi when we were in legislative session. In case the verified complaint or resolution of impeachment is filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House, the same shall constitute the articles of impeachment, and trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. I believe, and I think I'm correct, that the impeachment case against the Vice President falls exactly under the facts assumed in Paragraph 4. This is the articles of impeachment filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House. Lampas-lampas pa nga sa 1/3 of all the members of the House. Therefore, what should the Senate do? Trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. So, trial means we bring out the facts so that we can now apply what is the mandate of the Constitution. Mag-decide tayo given the facts. Should that impeached official continue to remain in office, or should that impeached official be removed from office? High-ranking government official. So kung makita po natin, in two constitutional provisions, andun yung word na try, andun yung word na trial. So wala po tayong choice but to respect, lalo na ito, we fall squarely under this subparagraph 4 which I just read. We have to respect the decision of the overwhelming majority of the members of the House of Representatives, more than 1/3, because they are also the representatives of the people. If they find something worthwhile charging a high-ranking government official with an impeachment and impeaching that official, the Senate has no choice but to hold the trial. Bakit? Yung mga representatives ng taong bayan sa House of Representatives, gusto rin makita ng taong bayan, did they act properly? Did they act justly? Ano bang ebidensya nila? Ilabas yan. O kasi kung wala ring ebidensya, sinayang yung oras, sinayang yung resources, next election, lagot kayo sa inyong constituents. And then at the same time, a trial necessitates respecting the rights of the parties. We are also respecting the right of the impeached official kasi kaya nga tawag sa kanya, impeached officer na siya eh. So, na-tarnish na nga actually ang kanyang reputation in public service ng House of Representatives. The trial will give that impeached officer the chance to clear of his or her name and at the same time maybe rebuild his or her reputation, Mr. President. And then, since the presiding officer, when we adopted the rules, when he made the motion to adopt our rules, we did not only adopt our Senate rules on impeachment, we also adopted some rules of the rules of court and then some circulars and some amendments. In a court proceeding, ito by analogy, we are actually like a court. In a court proceeding, since the judge should observe the cold neutrality of an impartial judge, yung mga pagkakamali or pagkukulang alleged sa complaint, sa information, it should be the affected or aggrieved party which should raise that before the judge or before the judges in a collegial body. Yun po yung tamang kilos ng cold, neutral, and impartial judge. Let the parties point this out to us. Therefore, even if you want to entertain this, although ako sabi ko it's unconstitutional, we cannot entertain this, in the normal court processes, this may even be premature to entertain because let's await the answer to be filed by the impeached official. Tignan natin if she, the impeached officer, will point this all to us. And then, sabi ko nga, ang daming facts na kailangan natin malaman. Did yung mga 10 days, 3 days, and then it requires familiarity with the rules of the House. So, Mr. President, for all these reasons, I object to the motion, but my anchor argument is that it is unconstitutional. The Senate, as the impeachment court, cannot cut short the process by dismissing an impeachment complaint, Mr. President. Thank you.
Senator Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. I too object to the motion of Senator Judge De La Rosa. A motion to dismiss is not found. Hindi po nahahanap itong motion to dismiss sa Rules of Procedure on Impeachment na literal ka-adapt lang po natin. At kung mayroon man, hindi Senator Judge ang magre-raise nun, kundi ang defendant. Si Vice President Sara Duterte ang dapat mag-raise niyan. Higit pa po, naniniwala ako na hindi po tayo pwedeng kumilos unilaterally sa dismissal ng impeachment complaint nang hindi pa natin naririnig kahit isang salita mula sa prosecution, ni isang salita mula sa defense tungkol dun sa di umanong constitutional infirmities ng impeachment complaint. Ang due process ay nagre-require na bigyan natin pareho ang prosecution at ang defense ng oportunidad na madinig sa bagay na ito. Ang landmark Philippine Supreme Court case, ang Tibay versus Court of Industrial Relations, GR number L46496, February 27, 1940, ay inisa-isa yung mga essential elements o tinawag nitong cardinal primary rights ng due process, partikular sa mga administrative o quasi-judicial proceedings. Kasama po dito ang the right to a hearing, that the tribunal consider the evidence presented, that the decision must have something to support itself, and the existence of substantial evidence. The decision must be based on the evidence adduced at the hearing, at wala pong panlabas o hindi totoong mga bagay-bagay ay dapat mag-impluwensya sa outcome doon. Ang pinaka-basic tenet ng due process ay yung karapatang marinig. Kung yung mga parties nga po ay hindi nabigyan ng oportunidad lumahok sa proceedings, itong impeachment court ay magiging vulnerable sa isang atake na nilabag natin ang due process. At sa pananaw ko, sila'y magiging tama. Ang rekomendasyon ko po ay, bago magdesisyon ang body na ito sa usaping ito, i-notify po muna natin ang prosecution at ang defense tungkol sa motion ni Senator Judge De La Rosa at bigyan sila ng sapat na panahon magsumite ng kanilang comments sa bagay na ito. Gusto ko rin pong gawing of record, Mr. Presiding Officer, na batay sa pagkaintindi ko, yung alleged infirmities ng articles of impeachment ay kwinestyon sa harap ng Korte Suprema. Nasa Korte Suprema na po ang usaping ito. At wala naman pong TRO na ibinaba ang Korte Suprema. Mr. Presiding Officer, maintaining the view that the parties should comment on the question made before this body, para po sa akin, ang impeachment court ay dapat lamang po tayong mag-rule sa motion pagkatapos nating ni-require yung parties mag-comment dun sa motion ni Senator Judge De La Rosa within that sufficient period of time as the good presiding officer may determine. Pending this, minimaintain ako po, Mr. Presiding Officer, ang aking objection sa motion. Salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Ontiveros. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Villanueva and thereafter Senator Judge Cayetano?
Thank you very much.
Senator Judge Villanueva, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President, Presiding Officer. Nung sumumpa po tayo bilang mga senador ng Republika ng Pilipinas, bilang mga senator judges ng impeachment proceedings, nung time po, Ginoong Pangulo, na tayo ay nung time po na ang House of Representatives ay dininig itong mga several impeachment complaints. Natatandaan ko yung tatay ko, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi po siya pumirma, not just because he doesn't believe in the impeachment complaint, but because he knows for a fact that his son will stand as one of the jurors, as one of the judges, Mr. President. Kaya po, nais nating panatiliin ang pinakamataas na antas ng integridad at pagkilala sa mga nagaganap dito po sa bulwagang ito. And having said that, Mr. President, this representation during the time when we have yet to convene the impeachment court objected to the motion because this representation believes that the motion should be filed in this impeachment court. Now, in this impeachment court, Mr. President, I am objecting because, let me quote again, Article 6, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the 87 Constitution provides that upon the filing of a verified complaint impeachment by at least one-third of the members of the House of Representatives, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. At ito ho yung dahilan kung bakit ang ating Senate President nagpagawa agad ng robes, pinrepair ang bulwagang ito, at hindi natin sinasabi, Mr. President, na mababaliwala yung mga binanggit ni Senator Bato, Judge Senator Bato, Judge Senator Bongo, tungkol po doon sa impeachment complaint. Hindi din po natin binabaliwala at kailangan talagang mapag-usapan natin yung tungkol sa one-year ban, yung pong tungkol sa jurisdiction ng impeachment court to make sure that the representatives representing the House of Representatives shares the same intention as the 19th Congress, ito pong 20th Congress ng HOR. Number 2, Mr. President, yung Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6 na binanggit po kanina ng ating minority leader. Ang Senate's role is to try and decide all cases of impeachment. Kaya po, sa totoo lang, Mr. President, tinignan ko ho yung Constitution, hindi ko po makita kung binibigyan ng authority ang Senado para i-grant yung to summarily dismiss, Mr. President, ang isang impeachment complaint. The power of initial determination belongs solely to the House, ang Senate magta-try. Mr. President, nung pong panahon ng impeachment ni then Chief Justice Corona, may motion po during the trial, yung second day, wherein the defense challenged the validity and legality of the proceedings. And in connection with the initiation of the impeachment complaint of the House of Representatives, the defense argued that the verification of the impeachment complaint was fatally defective and should thus be dismissed. Ang impeachment court po ruled in favor of the prosecution on the said motion, and arguing that the impeachment complaint was made in accordance with Paragraph 4, Section 3, Article 11 of the Constitution. So, yung defective, na fatally defective, kanina nabanggit po, kaya po ako nabuhayan ng loob dahil may nabanggit po kanina si Senator Judge Alan Cayetano, Senator Judge Bongo, tungkol po doon sa checking yung House of Representatives. Kung sila ba ay interesado pa, kung sila ba ay naniniwala na tatawid mula sa 19th to 20th Congress ang impeachment na ito, kailangan po natin makita ito at malaman. And if that is the motion, Mr. President, I am more than willing to support that motion because para sa akin, and this is my own personal opinion as a senator judge, hindi po madidelay ang impeachment trial. Hindi po maaapektuhan ang impeachment trial sapagkat ibabalik po natin sa kanila at sasabihin natin, meron ba itong verified complaint na ito? Ito ba ay inyong sinusuportahan pa rin sa 20th Congress? So, Ginoong Pangulo, for that reasons, I would again reiterate my objection to the motion to dismiss, Mr. President. Thank you.